why I'm looking at the camera right now. It's just an instinct. We're going audio only this week.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool. Just want to give
our faces.
our PA crew a little bit of break. By crew, I mean Rigo. Yeah, we have one PA. But yeah, we just wanted to run audio only. Yeah, get some announcements out of the way before we get into our episode tonight.
We came up with a new string of words on accident. That is an announcement. And if you ask us really nicely on our Discord, we might tell you with a spoiler tag thingy.
I appreciate that.
Over it. Okay.
That's smart. I like
Let's
that.
do
Are
that.
you talking about the new expletive?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we don't do that.
Not here
This
where
here's
children
family.
ears might be listening.
Let's just.
But we will.
We worked so
Do
hard making up
squirrels.
fake swears for this show. We're not throwing them out the window now.
No, we're not going to do that. So get your cat on over to our Discord so you can see some real swears.
Real swears for adults on the Discord.
Honestly, we're pretty moderate on the swears on our Discord too. I think we like to keep it a pretty chill place. So
It's tasteful.
it's very tasteful.
Yeah.
We use our
I
fake swears.
keep looking at the camera. Dang it.
I keep looking at Haydenbot because
You do.
look at that.
I look pretty unhinged today, but the cameras aren't here to stop it.
A man. So, thanks to our musical partners, you can find most of them on all of them on our website.
Rollslayers.com.
Specific shout out to Beyond Skyrim as always. They bop. Go listen to them while you read some Stormlight Archive like I do. It is a perfect complement for those chapters, especially if you use my curated playlists for combat versus ambient. That's on my Spotify.
Wow. Yeah.
Plug yourself.
Yeah,
He just plugged his own Spotify.
I just plugged my own
Listen to
Spotify.
that. Will it help me
The
finish
madman.
Wheel of Stinking Time?
Maybe. It might help you.
Honestly, I listen to it at work sometimes.
Yeah, I listen to it all the time.
Beyond Skyrim, yeah, it's pretty. As the children say today, it bops.
It bops. Thanks to Eldritch Foundry, you can get 15% off on a custom mini. And that could be a tiefling or a turtle man or a big-headed hobbit, halfling, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. And then you can buy it, and then it gets shipped to you, and you're like, wow, this is cool, and I get to paint this, and it's my character. So check out Eldritch Foundry. Use our code RollSlayers at checkout.
Yeah.
Follow us on the Discord. I think we already pitched the Discord.
Yeah, we did.
Instagram, TikToks, Facebooks, Twitters.
We just want to hang out, so just come
Yeah, we
hang
got
out.
some
That's
TikTok.
like, honestly, we could use a few more likes on Instagram. So come on, just do it.
Give us a like, man. Give us a star
Honestly,
rating on
I love-
Spotify. Actually, that'd be cool.
I love our preview recap
Oh yeah,
that
they're super
Rigo
fun.
does. They're pretty freaking amazing.
Those
Super-
are,
super
yes.
fun.
They're hilarious.
I
Anyway.
love my
He
favorite
does a
part
great
about
job.
that is when I go to post them. I get to get the best screen grab of y'all's faces being ridiculous or whatever.
Yeah. So good.
It's a curation of mine. Okay, I think that's all.
Let's just play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can
Y'all
we play,
into it?
Can we play game now?
So into it.
Wait, what are we doing?
We play
Playing
game.
D&D.
So, last we left off, the party, under a bit of guard, a bit of freedom, made their way to the city of Solas, the remnant city within the Astral Sea. After deliberating on whether or not they should take over said boat. But they did make their way through the city, met some folks in charge, went through some bureaucratic checks and balances, and met with the guildmaster of the Realm Hoppers Guild, Kinsalor Silvergleam, who traded them astrometer, a way of navigating through the astral sea for information, money, and a efficient quiver.
And my quiver that
You volunteered.
Yeah, you didn't even seem like you wanted it.
I mean, they were willing to give up that diamond, Liz.
they were.
But if they took the diamond, then I can't reanimate nobody.
it's true.
I have to get another one of
You
those.
need
Everyone
another
was
one
so
anyway.
sad for me.
Yeah, I don't think the diamond that y'all have is worth enough anyway.
It's 150.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You need one
Whatever.
worth 500 gold, I think.
Anyway.
300. Yet
300.
again, you guys
Yeah,
are not
recap the
actually
show,
telling me
Tyler.
things.
Yeah, so you guys got done there, and then that's it. That was the recap. You
We
are
just
free to
went
do what you
through
would
some
like.
bureaucracy because somebody wrote in a bunch of bureaucracy.
Sorry, I world built Molly.
I'm just saying, don't act like it's our fault that not a lot
Is it
happened.
world building? No, it's planes building at this point, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you need a plains anvil for that?
No, I have a sub tab called Planar and
Okay,
Astral Gazetteer, and then it's by folder, what plane and stuff like that.
I know
I have
people
a
love to listen to
question.
file arrangements. Let's play the game.
wait. I have a game question.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to like retcon this or not. I had 8 pounds of salted meat in my quiver.
You can put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, I would just put that
You can
in
empty
there.
said quiver before
Yes.
bequeathing.
I would have liked to have done that.
Yeah.
You
So
don't want
just-
you don't want to leave extra treasures for the realm.
In your
No.
mind's eye or
Hoppers.
whatever.
Yeah.
You should leave 1 pound of beef in there.
Imagine. Just for funsies. So when
Yeah, just
someone
to
sticks
prank.
their hand in there and they think about beef, it comes out.
They like try to draw their sword and they just get a handful of meat.
How am I gonna take fresh pastries with me? And that's the thing with this is like I really only used it to like keep food. fresh. And it
So
was
we
just
can also use the bag of
great.
holding for it.
You
As an
can
addendum-
try and put the pastries in your coin purse of holding.
And like smash them in there.
Yeah, it would feasibly work.
How many of holdings do we have as a party?
You all have coin purses of holding. They're the most common item in the
okay.
game. Because
Basically, it's an easy way for us to be able to carry
Yeah.
money without having to keep track of how much it
yeah,
weighs.
unless you're like pretty poor, you have a coin purse of holding.
Gotcha.
Speaking of coin purses of holding, I think I'd like to use mine to
Okay.
take some coins out to purchase some food and maybe an evening to rest.
Okay.
To long rest.
You would
What
like
do
to
y'all
long
think
rest?
about that there plan?
Is Remy proposing this to the group, or is
Well,
he
he
gonna
is now. 'Cause
do
that's
it?
the smooth transition we all were craving. So look, we have a indeterminate time of floating ahead of us. Maybe we ought to stock up on food and get a good night's rest, day's rest. It truly. I'm amazed everyone here is still sane.
Well, you
But
could. It's fine. Everyone knows what it means. That's the important part.
That's true. But just throwing that out there. Maybe if you're feeling ready, I guess we could leave post haste. I know there was also mention of talking to the harbor master, but
Yeah, I think we all could benefit from a good bite and a good rest.
Yeah, we don't. That's perfectly fine. Probably best before we traverse into the midst of who knows where.
Mysteries.
All right, so
I'm gonna hop on down to the commons and see if I can find Allendon.
Sure.
Maybe we'll have a pint and see if he's got any more tales to tell.
Oh, you were saying that in character.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know why.
we, sure that sounds good enough for me.
Do y'all want?
Do
We
you-
can ask him if he knows of a good inn or a,
Yeah,
House
we could
or
go,
whatever.
We could go look for it. Yeah, maybe if we get our astrometer out, it will tell us where. I don't know.
good point. We paid so much for it. Let's see if it just takes us to Vice And he holds it out and see if it takes us to Vice.
It does not take you anywhere, but you do see a ball of light appear kind of on the bottom of one of the spheres that points in the direction where Vice would be within the Astral Sea. You have to follow the directions of the lights.
I think we already were there.
That is correct.
The Vice.
We are in. Okay, so are you saying it's not pointing? It's pointing to a hell zone, is what you're saying, not
Yes.
to a
Yes.
bar.
That is how he
Yes.
described
I
it.
was hoping it would point to a bar on a micro scale.
Maybe
No.
we need a micro astrometer.
It doesn't do that, does it?
No.
I mean, we could also just ask where the bar is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's just do that. Hey, you there walking?
Yes?
Where could we find a bed and a bite to eat? I understand that we are foreign and that is probably very unusual to you. But nevertheless, we have been welcomed in by Kinselor.
Bed, and what?
Just we need beds for the night and a bite to eat. Maybe
Yes.
maybe you have a bed we can
Oh,
stay. Do you have
yes,
extra
but I
skin?
sleep in... No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's not really... There's a tavern, but we don't get many visitors, so I don't know if there's necessarily an inn attached. It's called Realm's Delight. Can't miss it. It's down in the Solasi Commons. Larger domed building.
Which direction is the commons?
It's
if you
below
don't mind?
Inrith Hold. You would have had to pass through to get here.
Oh,
we
right. All right.
passed through when we
All right.
came from the docks. I think that
Mhm.
was...
All right. Well, why don't we just mosey on?
Okay, and we go to
Sure.
the Commons. You said Realm's Delight?
You can easily make your way down to the Commons. Realm's Delight is a, as described, domed building. It's kind of scraping up against the bottom of Inrith Hold, the rock itself. But it is silver domed and round. Well, not round, but octagonal in nature. And it's a squat little tower. But there seem to be a fair amount of shoremen and various dock workers, various sailors coming in and out. On a regular basis. You see farmers, as a lot of the farms are in the Solasi Commons as well. Make your way inside, and it
But
is
the farms are like greenhouses.
some of them are open fields of soil that have kind of been put down in stone embankments. Some are terraced hills. There are
This is all
also
just
orchards.
in the commons on the rock.
Yeah, it's growing throughout like these different platforms and pillars and walkways, and you do see now, as you mentioned, there are enchanted orbs of daylight that shine down on specific parts.
For the
Wow.
plants.
There's an eerie beauty about it, doesn't it?
Otherworldly, you could say.
Yes. Interesting. It really is like nothing I've ever seen. I've perhaps let my frustration get in the way of my enjoyment of an otherwise very unusual and breathtaking in its own way place.
You make your way inside, and this is the quietest bar you've ever seen in your life. Everyone's very polite. Everyone's very prim and proper, and you see, some of them are drinking from wine glasses, stemmed wine glasses of this kind of bluish, greenish liquid, but it's all very subdued.
Is that
but
like the general vibe here? Like
very subdued?
everyone's just chilling nice and like no one's causing problems?
Except for
All
what's his face.
He's not really causing problems as much as he was just following protocol.
Yeah.
Maybe a little overzealously. But every head in the room, once you are noticed, turns towards you. And the light thrum of conversation trails off. Cough.
Right. You said they're looking at us?
Yeah.
Hello. We are the Guild of Goodwill. We travel from afar, from the material plane. I understand that our presence is surprising. But nevertheless, we come in hopes of enjoying what beauties Solas has to offer. And we appreciate your hospitality. Please, continue to enjoy yourselves.
They all kind of look at one another. Some of them shrug, some of them mutter, and then they all just kind of turn back to what they're doing. Some are playing games of dragon chess, some are playing polite games of cards, some of them are just drinking and conversing, but even the more rowdy members, you would feel like the dock workers are just chatting.
Bells would certainly not where any of the party members could see, but like as Vinny comes into this place he's never been in, he doesn't belong, and then tells the entire room what to do, would just make kind of a like ridiculous, kind of embarrassed, like, oh my god, this guy sort of face.
And I would just...
Where no one, like, you wouldn't be, like, I would not do that if you could see it.
Well, Vinny would just casually, after he said that, he was going to, over his shoulder, I find it's better to just go ahead and dispel the
Elephant?
Exactly, the elephant in the room. Otherwise, rumors, and I like to be in control of the rumors that we start here, if you don't mind.
You want to start some fun ones?
I am certainly game. I have already started. I don't know if you read my write-up, but
I surely did.
Oh, we are going
That was
to...
a fancy tale you've been spinning.
Well, I think it will serve us in time.
As you are approaching the kind of bar, the bartender very much sees you. He's a squatter elf of deeper shade, kind of an umber skin, very long pointed ears, and the only beard that you've seen in this place is scraggly. Wouldn't pass for much of a beard for a human, but it's pretty good attempt at a beard for an elf, you would say.
Elves don't typically grow facial hair.
Not genetically very often.
Yeah,
Of black hair, longer, tied back in kind of a bun.
would I recognize him as like a half elf? Not that I would comment on it, but
Make a intelligence check.
I think that's an 8.
I'd say with advantage. You're a half elf yourself.
Okay. You said just an intelligence, general intelligence. I rolled the same thing.
Okay. And that is 8.
8.
Maybe he has some non-elven blood in him. You're not sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I help you? Welcome to Realm's Delight.
Yes. You were about to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say thank you, and we'd like a round of whatever the thing is that is normal. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Perhaps your recommendation. Nothing top shelf, if you don't mind. Something a little bit more run of the mill.
Oh, okay.
We pay here.
Perhaps some shallow wine.
Oh,
Shallow wine it is.
yeah. Should we make sure we can pay
That
for
would
this?
be 3 shots.
See,
We
there
don't-
lies the problem.
We don't
That's
have
right.
local money.
Oh. Yes, I guess we don't really have... Well, we do have the Solasi exchange, but it's not really an exchange.
Never mind.
That's fair. What currency do you utilize, travelers?
I don't think it would be of any use to you.
I can wash some
Perhaps.
dishes.
Well, that's also,
It is of great. We do have these copper coins, which are of great value where we are from.
You know what? Hang
Bells would
on.
visibly roll her eyes at that.
That might work. We have domes of silver. I might be able to sell that to some architects. They could do a dome of Well, it'd be
You
quite
know
a
what?
small dome.
Let's save us all some time. Why don't you put me to work in the kitchen for the day and whatever
I would
you see
feel
fit
awful
by the
bad
end of
about that. How about this? You're foreigners. I can afford 1, 2, 3, 12 shards worth of wine for free for you.
It certainly isn't necessary. In fact, if we are going to take any charity, we would much prefer a place to sleep for the
Rooms.
And I know that you may not have those.
Well, we do. They're just. Well, the place is kind of falling apart in different places. You know, we didn't really have much of a need for rooms for.
Maybe just a
some
place with
years.
some walls where we don't
we
look
have
like
rooms.
bums
They're just a little.
on the street.
They're a little desolate, a little dilapidated.
We can do with that. Absolutely.
Well, yes. You know, I wouldn't charge for them anyway, so that's on the house, of course. I wouldn't rinse rooms here, so.
We might need food, but we would surely want to pay for that.
Sure. Well, yes, this copper will suffice. We could find something to do with it. I'm reworking my dome idea, though. Maybe we could make one large ornamental belt or something.
I might be able to gamble for some shards.
No, the copper should suffice. It is a rare material that does not naturally occur here in the Astral Sea.
If it suffices for you, that would be...
It suffices. Plus, I'm sure we'll have plenty of business coming through to see the fresh faces.
Let them know we're here.
I
And he
don't have
winks.
to. He just points at all the people glancing at you every now and then.
No, I mean the other people.
No, they'll... Word gets around. It's okay. Yes.
That's fine.
Would you like me to show you to your rooms now or later? Would you like some of that shallow wine?
We'll take a smidge, sure.
Okay. He doles out from a barrel behind him 4 stemmed glasses of this bluish greenish liquid that is kind of smoking, frosting. Sets them before you. I can see about some food.
We are very much indebted to you and your hospitality. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, I'll be back. He goes into the back. If you do decide to take of the shallow wine, it's quite bitter on the first draught, but the more you drink it, the sweeter it becomes almost, and it's almost like your taste buds are kind of changing to acclimate to this weird sensation, but also the sides of your tongue kind of go numb.
Oh.
Are we supposed to drink this?
It's kind of weird.
I like the feeling. It's interesting. I have some thoughts. Anyway, for what it's worth, I'm not good at apologies. Anyway, I'm sorry. This place is fine. This place is great. So, no hard feelings. I'm a little frustrated and I am having a little bit of trouble with my magical abilities, and I think it has something to do with being out here in this astral sea, and it has something to do with not necessarily ignoring but not prioritizing the needs of the one who provides me with this ability, and I need to get back.
Well, you are welcome to go back on that ship and try to commandeer it if you'd prefer.
I don't think I'll do that, but
He's trying to make nice bells.
anyway, that's fine.
At that point, the innkeep does return. with kind of these shallow bowls of what look to be like bits of rice and chopped up vegetables. Some some you do not, as well as on one side a large slab of what looks to be chicken.
That
Though
bluish.
Big giant chicken.
it does have a bit of a bluish tinge, as well as
Wait, the meat has a bluish.
bit of a bluish tinge.
Yuck.
There's also on one side of this bowl of rice several still in their shell prawns of bright yellow color, but with red stripes upon them,
Astral shrimps.
or perhaps
These
things that have evolved in their time here.
Interesting. Well,
So he sets the plates before you.
what does it taste like?
Tastes like chicken and rice and some weird poppy fizzly vegetables that kind of singe and change in your mouth, almost like temperature changes the consistency of them. The crawfish, the like prawns are really sweet, like almost like sweet fish sauce taste. It's very, very weird. So the
Y'all.
chicken tastes like chicken.
I grew up in a swamp and I ain't never had no shrimps like this. It's pretty good.
I think I like. I like. I don't know. I'm always up for new experiences, and this makes my mouth feel alive.
You don't have
Food
dragon
feel
prawn
alive.
in where you're from.
No.
No, well, dragon prawn are a great delicacy. They're good in stews and soups and whatnot.
No. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Well,
That'll be a few coppers, if that's a. I don't know. 1 copper.
1 copper it is.
Could make a belt. That'd be great.
So we'd all hand over a copper.
Yes.
How do I do that?
I got it.
Just subtract it from your inventory later.
I can spot you some
We'll
gold
show you
later
later.
because I don't know how.
No. Yeah. Spot him some gold later.
So,
'Cause, yeah, mine's all in gold. How do I make it other things?
No, I'll
No,
just.
it's
I'll
not
got
worth it. It's not worth it.
Okay.
is there anything else I can provide you folk while you're here?
Have you seen Allendon?
Allendon, not. I haven't, but his home's quite close by. Are you needing him?
No.
But we want him, don't we?
No. What?
You wanted to call upon him to share stories.
Well, yeah, and I just thought, he might could help us out knowing where things are in the city, but if he's not here waiting where he said he was going to be, then fine.
Oh, I can send someone to.
Oh, no, don't do that. It's fine.
Okay. Well, let me
As
know
a
if you
barkeep, I'm
change
sure
your
you
mind.
have a lot of great tales to tell. What's your favorite story to tell?
Oh.
You got a tale?
Well, I mean, I don't go out on patrol, obviously, so sailors would be the best bet for that. But, there was a time when several ships came back burning aflame.
Oh.
The Realm Hoppers had an expedition, and things did not go well in the Plane of Fire, and,
There's a plane of just fire.
Oh, yes, it's just fire.
It's
Why would-
just
Why,
fine.
why would they go there? That's all right. I can.
I
that's
don't
all right.
know.
How long have you been down here, sir? If you don't mind my
Me?
asking.
Oh, well,
Living
I was
here in
born
Solas.
here in Solas. So I don't know, like 150. The rotations are a little strange,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes, we've gathered.
we don't. I don't remember. We don't remember how many
How do
days
you-
in an Eltheris year there was.
How do you coordinate with each other?
Coordinate what?
Coordinate when to be where at what juncture? How do you?
Well, I live down the road, and at the time I get up, I come here, and then I open up and clean and cook some breakfast, and then sometimes when people wake up, they come here and have breakfast.
Your whole society lives that way.
All willy nilly like.
Well, I mean, we have rotations here on Solas, and that makes it a little easier, but I mean, yes.
What about interim time
During travel.
measurements. No, just it in between.
What do you mean in between? Like in between
no.
breakfast and lunch?
No, in between one rotation and another.
There is, I mean, it rotates and then it rotates again and again. As far as I'm aware.
You don't have any smaller measurements of time? Just the
No.
rotations?
No, I mean, there's breakfast time, there's lunch time,
Okay, no.
supper time, obviously.
No,
Time to feed chickens.
It's very different, I suppose. Where are we from?
Suppose they don't have birthdays.
Well, we have the sun and we see, sunrise and then you can kind of do this trick where you put your hand up to the, and you can see just about how far up.
I mean,
The sun
some of
is.
the mages at the Realm Hoppers Guild have something called the chronometer, but they don't find much use in it, to be honest.
Oh, this is interesting. Excellent. Well, so
Are you sure you don't want me to fetch, who was it again?
Allendon.
Allendon.
Sure. Yeah, bring him in. I'm sure he would actually be pleased to meet with us again.
I mean, he comes in quite regularly. He's ashore, I assume.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he was Captain Ilron.
He was, but we just all came in.
Oh,
in
okay.
fact, we were discovered by Ilron, and Ilron brought us here.
Oh, good. Yes. Well, I'm happy to have you here. For whatever reason or capacity you are here. Yes, I'll. He looks over to one of the little boys in like serving uniform, who's kind of bringing stuff around. Maybe it's his son. You would assume, and brings him over and says, "Go see if Allendon's around." Kid just nods and runs off. In true kid fashion, a little less restrained than his adult counterparts. Allendon does come in sheepishly at first and looking around, waves at everyone, sits at the bar with everybody. Hey, sorry, I thought you said you would ask around for me. I was just at home.
Oh yeah, we did. We asked around for you, and here
Good.
you are.
Well, yeah. So you met with the guildmaster Kinsalor, is that their name? Sorry, I'm not very
Kinsalor.
high ranking. I'm just a grunt, really.
Kinsalor. Yes,
Well, how'd that go?
Kinsalor Silvergleam.
Silvergleam. That's cool. It's a unique name.
Yes. Ruby just had some questions for
Oh.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just, wondered if you had any more interesting stories from your travels around the sea, or whatever.
Well-
You probably don't have anything exciting to say. So,
No.
whatever.
There's that time we all got on fire.
I just heard about that actually
Oh.
from the realm of fire.
Oh,
Is it really just a whole realm of fire?
Well, there are like 5 people there, and 5 buildings,
There are fire people,
and like I guess there's like magma.
fire buildings.
Like,
yeah, it's
Do
just
they
kinda-
eat fire food?
I don't know.
I guess you didn't stay long enough because you all caught on fire.
Well, not immediately. We were there like 3 rotations or so.
You were accompanying the realm hoppers, I assume.
Yeah.
Interesting. Have you accompanied them on any other missions to other realms?
No, not me. I mean, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, uh-huh.
Mhm.
Tell me.
To the fell realms, the void
The Vice Realms.
vice realms. Yeah.
Mm.
All
We
of them.
just came from one of them.
Oh, fought a devil with some crewmen once.
Oh.
Yeah, he was nasty.
You're not gonna make us roll insight on this, are you?
Not unless you want to.
Like this, I don't even
I don't
feel like
need
I
to.
need to roll
No.
insight.
No.
For
I don't
anything.
feel like you do either.
Yeah.
Like that's a.
It's that would be a choice that you can make if you'd like, but you'll get it for free. Definitely
All right,
lying.
you know what? I gotta make the choice. That's how this works.
Okay, let me roll deception for him then.
He already did.
All right, what do you got,
All
Rennie?
right, let's see.
I've got a 24 insight.
Yeah. With 24, you get a couple things. Yeah, he's lying, but he's definitely lying to impress Ruby.
Yes. Okay. I mean,
And he's definitely, you see, he's
That's not-
like low-key flexing, but like trying to make it look like it's his regular arms.
Wow. Oh.
And Ruby's like, interesting. I'm gonna go see if these dock workers over here have anything fun to talk about.
Oh, well, all right.
She'll just
Can I get some
hop
shallow
down off
wine?
the stool, but then realize that she can float. So then she like floats herself.
Yeah, that's funny.
like an eel floating through the water.
she decides not to use her arms or legs.
Yeah, you're able to approach a small table of dock workers, maybe 3 of them sitting kind of close to a corner, and they eye you as you float up. One of them clearly terrified.
Hi, gentlemen. My name's Ruby. I know y'all probably never seen nobody like me before, but I'm from, where are we from?
Alferis.
Alferis. And I just was wanting to come make y'all's acquaintance.
Oh, okay. Well, sit or float, whichever you prefer.
She'll sit where, around the table with them.
So,
Sure.
Tyler, for perspective, is this like a space alien just like approaching someone and saying hello?
I mean,
No.
she's a
Tell me about
humanoid.
your
She's
afternoon.
just short.
No, it's basically like, because it's like it's a degree below you guys seeing a slot in the material plane. It's like this is a humanoid who's clearly not from here.
Okay.
But yeah, you sit down and they kind of have a shallow wine brought over. They have a small pitcher, but they have a wine glass brought over and pour you some shallow wine.
Mm-hmm. What's your names?
I'm Tyndall. This is Oren and Kath.
Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
What do y'all do here?
Oh, we work on the docks mostly, unloading and loading.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask y'all, have y'all ever seen anything real strange coming in or out of a boat?
Strange how?
Just the same kind of normal, regular boat stuff, or, I'm just wondering if there's anything interesting y'all have ever seen on your job.
Oh, well,
I'll tell you what, I grew up in a port city, and growing up, my favorite thing was to go on down to the docks and just chit-chat with the sailors and the dock workers and just hear about all the wide world.
Yeah.
But never would I have ever been able to even hear about this place. And now I'm the one who's here, and I'd love to take some of y'all's stories back with me.
Well, we don't have any here, but we know what fish are, and one time there was this giant fish that just kind of floated up alongside. It was tied up, and then a boat towed it in. It was it was as big as the boat, if not larger.
Like a whale?
No, not a whale, like a
fish.
It was triangular and had a fin on the back, and it was purple with stripes of black. That was pretty strange, I'd say.
That sounds amazing.
It was pretty tasty in stew.
Oh.
We ate off that for
All right.
a while.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Kath, you got anything? And he's like, there was that weird box with a lump of rocks that we've never seen that just absorbed all light. So
Oh.
that
sounds
weird.
kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I mean,
So what do you do when something weird comes in? Do you have to
we go to the dockmaster.
Uh-huh.
Everything goes through the Solas exchange, of course. We have rules.
Mm-hmm. Lots of rules here, I take it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to function somehow as a society. I'd write you. I mean, that's what I'd wager all my shots on that anyway. I don't know much about civics though, so just a dock worker.
All right.
This is occurring. Can Remy make his way back to the kitchen?
Sure you can. We'll cut to Remy for a second. Remy, as you walk back to the kitchen, you see one large pot, like a very large pot over a burning fire. No wood.
Is it larger than Remy himself?
Yeah, it's larger than Remy.
How much larger?
It's about half the size of this table, so about 4.5 feet in diameter.
Goodness. Pretty big pot.
Over
big pot.
An arcane fire that is just boiling what looks to be like grains of rice and veggies, and you do see the prawns in there, as well as you do see over to the side a range with a shorter elf seemingly cooking giant chicken. You do see the leftover of the butchering of said chicken. There are blue feathers everywhere and green blood and bones.
Does that mean the chicken meat is green?
No,
The
it's
green
blue.
cooks out.
Okay.
It cooks out into blue.
We ate paella.
A little bit.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna get to work on the dishes.
Looks out to the owner, looks back to Remy, kind of scratches his head, and realizes he's burning the chicken, and just gets back to work.
Oh, you need to keep moving there.
No, I know how to cook. It's just I'll deal with this later. And goes back to cooking. Eventually, he does finish cooking all of this carcass. And dumping it into the boiling, basically stew pot. You do kind of get a hint. It's not cooking just in water. It is broth basically that it's stewing in, but with some thickeners. It's strange. You even catch a hint of like some rare earth spices that have been tossed in here, perhaps that have been floating throughout the astral sea that they procured. But he'll toss that over and then kind of sidle up to you. Okay, now why are you doing what you're doing?
It's a little busy out there for me. A lot of wandering eyes, and I'm pretty good at this. So
Kind of crouches down.
Don't have any shards on me, so it
Picks
felt
up your
right.
arm, measures it basically with his fingers, like holds his finger up and then like tries to basically see how many fingers long your arm is.
What in the world?
It doesn't have a way of measuring, so it's just trying to approximate things.
He's trying to see how many fingers what is.
Basically,
Your
like
arm.
how many fingers long your arm is. He has no other way of approximating.
He's like,
You can't just look at it and tell, it's that long.
About
He has
halfway
to
through, he
see.
stops and he just gets a ladle and then does the measurement.
What?
I love this.
He's just like examining you physiologically.
I mean, I take it you need this for a reason, right?
No, I'm just wanting to know. I've never seen a you before.
Oh,
I just cook
What?
things. So. But, I mean, there are blue chickens here, so.
I mean, do
I'm
you
told
have any
that's not the way it's
questions?
supposed to be. Huh?
Do you have any questions that I don't know that you might feel are rude? Because we can get those right out of the way.
I don't know. What are you?
I'm a halfling.
Oh. I think I've heard of those. They have hairy legs?
Oddly, yes, but I mean most
And
most
big
beings from where I'm
beards.
from have those.
Big beards and they like mining.
Oh no, those are dwarves. We're like smaller ones of those, but we're good at cooking.
Dwarves. Okay, I always get those two confused. Anyway, okay, well, I guess you could do that. You don't need to do that.
I kind of feel like I do. We don't have any shards, and everyone's been hospitable. It seems like the least I can do.
Oh, yeah. Innkeep, he's a softie. He'll not charge you. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I gotta clean up this carcass. He
Well, let me
starts
get
to go
some
cut
help.
and gather up the
I'm-
carcass.
I'll be available.
Okay. Well, there's a chicken foot in it if you help with that. Starts to
Thank you.
gather up the corpse. We can cut back to the main bar. Is there anything that Bells and Vinny are doing while this is happening?
If they're playing like if he sees like people gambling on dragon chess or
Sure.
something like that, he'll try and
Play a few hands.
play a few whatevers.
Sure. Are you playing a clean game, or are you trying to cheat?
He's got a few tricks,
So you're trying to cheat.
but he's not trying to cheat this time.
Okay.
But he is trying to make some money.
Okay. You find a table willing to accept copper pieces as betting money. They're interested. Can I have you just make a dragon chess or cards?
He's playing cards.
Okay. Can I have you roll 3d20s for me, please?
All right, that's cool because I have just that many of them. Okay. Am I modifying these in any way?
Nope. You see the player across from you kind of smiles at his hand and looks up at you, then looks back down at his cards. Reaches down, puts out 10 shards on the table. You see now as he's placing these shards down, they are shards of what look to be like kind of crystally glass of blue color.
Okay. All right.
And you can either drop out and you lose the copper that you put in, or you can challenge and try and win his as well.
Can I just insight check him? Or like
Yeah, make
check
an
him,
insight
see
check.
how he's,
See if he's bluffing.
yeah, see if he's bluffing. Let me write my numbers down.
Yeah.
Good grief. I can't roll for anything. I'm pretty sure it's like hold on. For insight, it is 6.
He's probably got a pretty good hand.
Okay, then he folds. So.
Okay. You probably had like 2 copper in the pot that he slides over.
Okay, so 2 copper.
Chuckles to himself. Another go forward, eh?
Sure.
Or if you had enough.
And do I recognize the game?
Yeah, it's just like a standard card game that you'd play in any tavern.
And in order to cheat,
Sleight of hand.
100.
Slip in another card for basically a re-roll.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna try and cheat this next one. He's gonna feel
Make a
little
sleight of hand
frustrated.
check first. Let's see what that ends up being.
22.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 4 and take the 3 higher.
4 and 3 higher. Okay.
He's looking pretty confident in his hand, but he wants to insight check you. So first, what are you portraying yourself in terms of confidence level?
So for me, he's gonna just be very, very straight.
Okay.
And he's gonna look up at him and he's just gonna smirk, like, I know what you're doing.
22 for the insight check.
So what does that mean? Do I need to...
So basically, does Vinny feel confident or does he feel like he's bluffing?
Well, what is it? Just rolling high numbers? Is that the game for me?
Yeah.
For the player? Then
It's total, basically.
okay, then yes, he feels very confident. Not very confident. I would say he feels like he's got a middling to high hand.
He feels pretty okay.
He's okay. He's gonna play the hand.
He's gonna put in 8 additional shards to the pot of 2 for
Okay.
a total of 10.
And then Vinny will match it with 8 copper.
Okay. So 10 copper total on the table, 10 shards on the table. Okay. He has 16 plus 15, which is 32. No, 31. And then plus 9 for a total of 40.
I have 40 as well.
Oh, so
Natural
you
20,
both flip
10,
your
10.
cards. He curses a little bit under his breath. He's like, but, okay.
You want to settle it up?
No. Next round. This stays in.
Perfect.
He puts in another 2 shards.
So does he, and he's gonna sleight of hand once again.
Okay. Make another sleight of hand check.
This time it is 21.
Okay. He eyes you. Eyes narrow. And then it's gone. Thought he saw something, but maybe he didn't.
Okay. Oh shoot. He folds. Wait, is the pot in still?
Yeah.
Yep. He'll get the whole pot if you fold.
Oh, well, then he's gonna play it unless.
Remember, you took the 3 highest of 4, right? For sleight of
Yeah,
hand?
they were all 6 and under.
Okay. He's gonna insight check you again because he wants to know. How you feeling? Another 22. He bluffing?
Huh?
Can
Oh
you insinuate
yeah,
that
he's bluffing.
on that?
Yeah, he's like trying to. You could tell that he's trying to make something of nothing.
He just kind of slowly smiles and flips his cards, and it's pretty high.
Mine is like 15 total.
Okay, yeah, it's higher than that. And just kind of slowly scoops. And goes,
So I lost 12.
that's bad.
So I've lost 14 so far.
It's not a good look on you, foreigner, but actually, I'm quite charitable, so we'll call it an exchange. And he slides over some shards he counts out each of the shards that he won for your copper.
You are too kind. Kinder than I would have been in your place. It's much appreciated. Good to meet you, friend. Name's Vinny. And he extends his hand in for a shaker.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll shake it, and he goes, name's Drydall.
Drydall.
Yeah.
Drydall, has been very, very good to meet you. I appreciate this. This will just help us. To be honest, we are taking charity from our friend at the that runs the tavern. And
Sure. Yeah.
and we just intend to repay him.
Oh well. I mean,
So you brought our drinks and our food. So I much obliged.
I mean, he's making plenty of money right now. This place is pretty packed. He'll be fine.
Hint taken. Thank you. It was good to pass the time with you. Good to meet you again, Drydall.
Sure. Yeah. Well, if you want to lose more cards, you know where to find me.
I know exactly where to lose all more. I know how to lose cards, and it's to you, sir.
No, you know how to lose at cards, not lose cards.
Right.
Yeah.
It's late.
No, it's, well, yes,
So-
it is late.
Is it? I don't know. But Drydall, you would happen to know where we could procure a small sailing vessel?
Well, that'd come from down top, from the admiral to the dockmaster, probably.
Would I talk to?
I'm one of his lieutenants. I could help you with the waivers and forms if you want.
Of course. Waivers and forms. Okay. Sure, that would be good. We do need to be leaving
Okay.
as soon as possible, but
As soon as possible, meaning like a couple rotations.
we intend to sleep. It would be nice to, within the next rotation, it would be nice to be able to depart. Is that
Okay.
possible?
It's gonna take at least 3. I could grease the wheels somehow, probably make it 2.
All right.
Why are you looking for a boat? You going somewhere?
Well, we're trying to return home.
Oh, Well, I mean, you don't necessarily strictly need a boat. You can kind of sleep while floating. The boat is just good for combat reasons if you are set upon by a dragon or an astral dreadnought or the Gith or, mind flayers or slots or...
We've got a lot of... Do you have a path that you recommend?
Oh, me? No.
We're trying to get to... Well, we have an astrometer.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll be fine then. I'm in charge of that on my vessel.
Can you show me how to use it? And he pulls it out of the bag of holding.
Sure. Trying to go what, Corwood? Towards balance.
Towards balance to the material plane.
Okay, well, see how I turn? And the light moves based on where I turn. You want to go where the light is. You want to go to that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you want to just follow the light. So if you're wanting to go somewhere, that light should always be facing away from you. You see?
Of course.
But if I for instance, and he floats sideways, float like this, it's going to be on the top, see? Because now, it's that way.
I see. So you can orient
Correct.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So sometimes you'll be flying upside down, you'll be flying sideways. There is no upside down, there is no sideways, there's
just the astrometer.
towards balance, there's towards virtue, etc.
Okay, there's six axes, essentially, right?
Yeah, axis?
Well,
axes.
axes.
Yeah, sorry. A little bit strange translation.
Axes. Yeah,
That would be
because Jeremy's
six
an
axes.
idiot.
Why do you look at the camera?
I looked at Hayden.
Hayden.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, sorry. Right. Thank you for all of this. I'm going to retire for the night, and Vinny's going to go up to his room.
Well, have a good one, sailor. He
Bye-bye,
goes back to
Dreidel.
his drink. Dreidel? Dreidel?
Dreidel.
Dreidel. We can get back to Molly unless Bells has anything she's doing. Or is she just...
Yeah. So
I got 14 shots.
I feel like, okay, so we're on the boat. Vinny cuts Bells off without even asking her opinion on anything and decides he's mad at her.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to tell him that she wanted to support him. He just leaves her, won't speak to her the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then makes a fake apology where he doesn't actually apologize for anything. And everything's supposed to be fine now. And then they're sitting alone together and he just gets up and leaves her. Now, just to kind of frame the picture better, her family is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
She can't go back home, will never go back home unless she has to. Everyone else is gone or dead. So Vinny is the only familiar face that she has. And he also clearly doesn't care about her at all. So she's just really,
That is
she's
a
so
deep web.
far from home. She doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of sitting there, taking this all in, realizing no one in her party wants to talk to her. We've kind of in a long time ago, we talked about her feeling like she doesn't have a place in the party, or like she's not, in the Veggie Wilds, like that feeling of usefulness, or who is she, or who her identity is. She's just, all of this feels really oppressive, and she's just alone at the table with this drink with this weird stuff that makes her mouth feel weird. And it's just all too much. And she would try to get outside.
Okay.
But is going to do so while attracting the least amount of attention that she can. The room at this point, it's pretty
bad.
busy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not loud, but there's a thrum of conversation.
When we went up to the rooms, did it seem like there was any way that she could conceivably get up to the roof?
So you haven't really gone to the rooms, but you can ask to be shown to them, and as you are shown to them, they are decrepit, old. There are beds there. There are holes in the walls
Okay.
as it's kind of crumbled in. But Possibly you could get, I mean,
What
you
was
could
the-
float to the roof if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, then I would float up there and just sit on the roof by myself.
The dome almost like scrapes the top of the rock, so you kind of wedge yourself between the dome and the rock and can start to look out on the slowly spinning astral sea and the city below you.
Yeah, and I would just stay there by myself. I don't know. I guess I'm feeling pretty tired at this point. So I would at least I would wait until I was pretty sure that the bar was closed and everyone was asleep before going back inside.
Okay. So you sit and await basically like midnight, even though light won't change. Nothing will change, and that's kind of eerie to you, but you're sitting and meditating on who you are, what your place in this now planar existence is.
I will say, so when we were in Cube World, my necklace had gotten like dead.
Yeah.
What does it look like now? Like I would definitely take that out and have that in my hand as I
It's
sit and pray and
returned
contemplate.
to normal in terms of the plant growth. It's kind of resurged almost, where it's progressed a little bit more, and the vines are kind of wrapping around the quarterstaff a little bit in slow patterns.
I don't think I would have any words to say. I might just ask at some point, like, what do I do?
Sure.
But lots of like just sitting and listening and like meditating with the medallion.
Sure. There comes a point of time where you kind of, you're not sure if you heard it, but you're pretty sure you heard a voice speak to you in your head, a comforting voice, a calm voice, almost like a flowing river or a gentle whisper of wind, that says, protect my world, protect nature, protect those who live in it, seek your friend, and die well, for others will always take your place.
Okay, cool.
And
That's grim.
welcome to
mean,
Nature Gods.
Yeah, it's Melora. Like that's kind of
But without another even rush of wind, because you kind of felt
I feel
this,
like that's
little
very
rush of
positive.
wind.
I feel like that's too positive for Melora, but I'm like, all right,
It's pretty
okay.
positive.
That's like, I'll take it.
But you know, she's kind of taking an interest in you
Yeah,
based on some
all right.
other things going on. But that rush of wind just instantly falls flat, and you know the presence was there and gone.
Okay.
The rest of you, through carousing or working or gambling, make your various friends.
Ruby's gonna be
Allendon
telling
is eyeing
stories.
Ruby across the bar.
She's gonna be like, well, let me tell you this. She'll tell like crazy stories about this dock worker that found like a dragon wing hidden in a boat, and she'll end up talking to some sailors about some pirates, and she's talking about these like crazy flying fish that she saw on her voyage when she was making her way like along the coast when she first left home. She's just like kind of hamming up
Make a
the
performance check for me.
crowd. I think I actually didn't make this very high. Yeah, I didn't. Oh no, it's okay. It's like a little bit.
You got this, maybe.
Well, and I wanted her to be more like, she just wants to connect with the people more than she wants to like
perform.
But yeah. So what is it? 12.
12. As you go through and tell these stories, they are quite impressed and kind of intoxicated by both Ruby's beauty and her like skill telling stories and enthralling them. And some of them are almost on the edge of their seats. And when you're done telling stories for the night, and when it's time for them to go home to go to bed, a couple of them talk toss shards over your way. So
I maybe
you can,
play a few tunes on my panpipe with my
Yeah.
stories.
You can note 13 shards in your inventory somewhere if you'd like.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, doing it on another exchange rate.
Exactly.
Is it a
Yeah.
coin?
There's
Is it a rock?
Had you already decided on the name
Shards.
Shards before you started reading the novel that you were reading?
Oh, shard blades or whatever?
Well, I'm just wondering if you had already decided that Shards was the currency.
Not. Well, yeah, before I started reading the Sanderson book.
Yeah, because like.
It's
never
a
mind.
thing.
It's a thing.
Well, I know there are spheres. That's the currency, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it!
Anyway,
Sanderson things.
each of you are able to wind down, and eventually, you are shown to individual rooms. None of you clock bells for the rest of the evening. You probably don't notice her absence for a bit. You guys are all caught up in your own activities. But then you're shown to your rooms. And each of you can take a long rest. Bells, you are able to come back down when you see the large group of workers depart. There's not smoke coming out of one of the chimneys on the sides of the building anymore.
Yeah, like maybe after the kitchen staff leaves.
Sure.
Would that be like a kind of, okay, we're
Yeah.
closing down shop? Yeah, then I would kind of wait for them, and when I see them leave, then I'm
Absolutely.
like, all right. Yeah.
That's gonna be
You make your way
most
back down.
likely when Remy leaves too. He's not gonna
Yeah.
leave the kitchen until it's completely
Spotless.
spotless.
Absolutely. Each of you make your way down to your room, and you may take a long rest. Are you setting up watches?
Nope.
Nope.
Just sleeping.
Can you believe
Just
it?
sleeping.
Just like to inquire every now and then. Each of you in the night are stabbed by a black blade.
Good campaign,
You know who's gonna
guys.
get stabbed by a black blade
And now
tonight?
you all...
Hey, if it doesn't leave a hickey, we all right.
We okay?
That is... yep, that's a reference that Molly doesn't get. Poison hickey. Someone got
Vinny had
stabbed
a
in the
poison
neck with
hickey
some
for a little
poison.
bit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It
that
was
tracks.
It was a black hickey.
Pretty self-explanatory,
Yeah.
really.
Each of you sleep deeply and probably longer than you might normally, as dawn does not come to wake you. But each of you are able to awake after some time and begin a day here, a rotation here in Solas. You're able to meet downstairs if you'd like. Is there anything
I would
you'd like to do?
to have gotten up and started. Well, we've got some shards now. I want to see if I can prepare some rations from the kitchen
Sure.
with their
You-
permission. Of
Yeah, you can
course.
definitely barter with the innkeep for some, they have somewhere, I guess, at least a pig-like version. So there is some salted pork. There is,
Is it purple?
it is not. It is actually
Is it like a tapir, which has like that snout that's kind of curved down?
Yeah.
a tapir?
It's a tapir,
Tapir?
right?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It
Yeah, I
is-
don't either.
I've always said taper too. It's interesting. I have no
I
idea.
think I have.
You're not exactly sure of the
Tapir?
physiology,
Like both of
as the
them.
cuts of meat have
Tapir,
already
yeah.
been delivered.
tapir.
This one wasn't butchered here, but it does have a faint greenish tinge, and it actually is a little bit bioluminescent, even in death.
That's rad is all hells.
But you're able to get some salt porks, some what look to be like purple and red yams, and then some of those peaches, other provisions easily.
All into our freeze-dried bag of holding.
And he'll just charge you like 3 shards for it all.
My friend, I think he might have either won or lost this money. I'm sure he'll settle up with you.
Oh, well, okay. Sounds good. He'll go in search of Vinny. Your pal back there was buying... I don't know why I went Irish. Your pal back there was buying rations. You said you have some shards. I think that'd be about 3, but, no problem if you don't actually have any.
No, I do.
I would prefer the coppers.
I can do the coppers. That's fine as well.
Yes, I'd much prefer those, actually.
Did they have magic items here in this world?
They do.
See how many coppers those cost.
They usually only deal in shards. Who knows? I'm gonna melt them down
That
and
sounds
make
right.
a little
Who
belt
knows?
buckle
Who
or a
knows?
ring. So probably a ring. I don't know if I have enough for a belt buckle.
Sure. Here we are, and I will give you some of these coppers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just 3. I think that's probably a fair exchange, 1 for 1.
Perfect.
Cool. Are you going to be staying here again next rotation?
Perhaps we are. Well, we were talking about procuring some sort of vessel, but maybe that's not necessary.
Oh,
we may
shouldn't
be
be unless
leaving
you
soon.
are preyed upon by one of the numerous beasts that roam.
And how numerous are they?
Well, I meant numerous as in variety. You know, you got the Gith, you got the Mind Flayers, you got the Astral Dreadnoughts and Dragons and
But how often
slots and
do we come by these things?
have to ask a sailor.
Maybe we should.
So here's a quick thought on the matter. 1, I don't know that a small boat that can be crewed by 4 people is going to be dramatically more protection than no boat at all.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So maybe we just be on our merry way. I've been pretty eager to try this thing out. Holds up the magnetron,
Oh,
the moral magnetron.
you have an astrometer. That's pretty. It's pretty neat. Those don't grow on trees.
Do trees? There are trees here.
I
There are
kind of
trees.
thought it's not outside the realm of possibility here. It's good to know.
No, only fruits. Some vegetables, I guess.
Right.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
is the party? Are we all here, everybody?
Yeah.
We've
Oh,
all I've come in for breakfast.
Okay.
I would have gone out real early
Mm-hmm.
in search of a bakery.
Bakery. Yeah, easy enough to find. There is a bakery that
You can
sells-
literally do the thing where you float through the air towards the smell.
Bells has done as little floating as possible.
Except now.
Every time she's been able to, she's been walking. This floating business is weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. I'm gonna just walk on my feet because I know how to do that. Thank you very much.
easy enough to find a bakery. They are selling loaves of almost blackish bread that, upon further inspection, is kind of a dark violet to the grain that was used to make it. That'll be 1 shard if you have a shard. If not, you can probably barter for a copper.
I don't have shards.
Okay, the baker's fascinated enough with this.
Is
new
that all
appearance.
that they have? Is just those loaves of bread?
Sure, they have different sizes and shapes, and some are made with different grains that are lighter. So there are some that will have different flavors. So
I would take the largest variety that I could get away with taking
for how much copper?
for whatever he's gonna. I mean, I have 200 something copper.
Okay, he'd charge you 5 copper for as much bread as you can carry.
Okay, great, cool.
Okay.
So I would
They
take.
don't have any. They don't have any sweet pastries with astral
No.
peaches.
No, they do not. It seems like their
just
sweet
watching
tooth is
Bell's back.
relegated just to fruit.
And
You haven't
shrimp.
seen any other sweets. Oh, the shrimp, I guess. Yeah, sweet and savory.
They don't have any shrimp pastries.
Sweet
I
umami.
mean, I will get down on some bread.
And a couple of those breads are sweeter. They did mention, but they're not
Oh, great.
a sweet honeyed bread or fruit bread or anything. But you bring that back
I would
to,
take it and I would
to Realms
carry it.
Delight.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are having a meager breakfast, a short breakfast before you plan on departing, Bells walks in the door carrying armfuls of bread.
Well, aren't you a
Oh.
sight for sore eyes?
Oh.
You doing all right, honey? I didn't see you last night.
Oh yes, it was just quite loud in here, and that's not really my preferred scene.
Oh, I understand that. It is my preferred scene, so I can't empathize necessarily, but
Sure.
I understand that you need to get some space.
Yes.
You feeling better today?
I suppose so. I got some of this bread from this bakery
I
down
see
the
that.
street.
It is a lot of bread.
Now, honey, were you planning on just chowing down on that bread all by yourself?
No, this is...
Lie.
Well, honestly, I'm so used to buying large quantities when I'm at the bakery. I had forgotten I didn't have anything to do with it. I suppose we can put it in the Venuther's bag of holding.
We could probably make a pretty good dent right now,
Or-
if you're
or
willing to
that.
share.
Sure, yes, of course.
Each of you who would like some weird space bread are able to partake.
Purple, red, black space bread.
Ruby loves purple
red,
space
black
bread.
space bread.
Glowing space
They
bread.
match her purple eyes.
Oh.
It is pretty dang good bread. Most of it just tastes like bread. Some of it's got a sweeter tinge to it. Some of it's more like your sourdough. But you have a very nice varietal of breads here that you
So many breads.
are able to fill yourself with and be very tired for the road ahead. But thankfully, your mind.
It's not
Struggle
magic
with it.
space bread that like makes
Bread
you
go
have
mad.
extra energy and power and strength.
It's like an extra brick.
it's +1. +1 bread. But full and ready for your next leg, you all depart Realm's Delight, intent on heading
Where are we doing?
towards
What are we
balance.
doing?
Is that correct? Towards
Yeah.
Towards
Towards
Well,
the next room?
hold on.
into the sea or something.
Ruby
Wow.
is gonna maybe suggest that if a little boat is not gonna be any better than us floating by ourselves, maybe we should ask for a big boat
Okay.
and an escort. Now, y'all, while we're eating bread,
Sure.
in between bites, I know we don't necessarily feel real comfy about just, floating all, wiggly waggly on our own through this sea towards where our little glowing balls take us. And that we decided, maybe a small boat is not really any better than just floating on our own in terms of, creatures and beasties and whatnot. Now, I know it might take a little doing because of, the rules and regulations and bureaucracy we have going on in this very hospitable place. But would it not be worth it to maybe just look into what it would entail to have an escort with a ship of a good enough size to offer us some protection? Because I would, as much as I love a story about a dreadnought, I don't super want to encounter one without any assistance.
Did you
Kind of
ask?
like a charter situation.
Yeah,
Did you ask about this last night while you were engaging with those sailors?
I did hear a lot of tales about the creatures. No one here has actually seen a mind flare, but the dreadnoughts and there's definitely I did hear some stories about the Gith and they do seem rather frightening. So I'm just wondering if it would not be wiser to make sure we actually make it alive to our plane by maybe seeking some help from those who live here.
Could any of your connections that you made last night help us with that?
Maybe I did meet a lot of sailors, but it probably would come down to that there admiral who was nice and what was her
The
woman
dockmaster?
the
Dockmaster?
dockmaster
Liliana?
who were very kind and helpful, and I do think would be helpful. It just might take a little more time.
Well, if it gets us back to safety, I'm willing to spend some time here.
I met
I
a
think-
fella named Drydall who said he could put in a good word for us with the Admiral. He's one of his lieutenants.
Oh,
Is he going to do that?
I mostly met low-level sailors. They're the ones most willing to share, if you will.
He said he would be willing. Sure, it wouldn't be difficult to find him and have that wood put in.
All right.
What were you saying, Remington?
I was a little concerned about the cost component, but that might be a bridge we cross when we get to it, seeing as to how we have no money. And, yeah, just categorically no money, really. We kind of spent it all. I know. Do we have, like, some party funds that weren't divvied?
I don't know.
We did, and then I bought shoes, and now they're gone.
Oh yeah, what are those?
Classic.
Boots of what? Elven kind?
kind.
Nice.
What?
What can you do?
Did we spend? No, we got paid. We got paid. By
y'all got paid a lot of money by the dwarves.
By Lord Modi. Lord
Stormbrewer.
Modi gave us a ton of money. Where'd that go?
Yeah, y'all got like 20.
Oh, where did
divvy
that
that
go?
I have my new player 300 gold we can do something with. I don't know how far that goes.
They got like 20,000 gold, but they gave like a lot of it to Chris. They gave 5,000 to
We
Chris.
did.
I'm not happy
Dang,
about
we
that
didn't
choice,
get
by
it
the
to
way.
him. Ah.
And then y'all split
Okay,
15,000 between
I didn't
the
put
four
that
of
in
you.
my inventory actually. So
I
we
feel
got
like we're gonna need to
20,000
wrap
split
this
between
up
the
now.
5 of us, so we each got
15,000 split between the 5 of you.
Between the
Four
four.
of you. Because 5,000 was given to Chris's character.
Cyrus
So
was
that's-
there for this.
Jeremy did it.
No, it
Don't-
was
don't glare at me.
20,000 GP to the party and 4,000 Chris took.
Oh.
okay.
So
So
we
y'all got
each
24,000 total?
So I did have that gold that I mentioned I didn't have. So we each have 4,000 gold.
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay. Well, hey.
But so
Good
thought
thing
we
I
had
gave
some.
away my efficient quiver.
I
Maybe you
don't
can
know
go buy
anything
it
about
back.
D&D, but
I mean, that is 100% my fault because I didn't put it in my inventory. Like,
Yeah.
that is 100% my fault.
Yeah.
I'm
Whoops.
Yes, it is.
Good thing I used it for all the things,
Okay.
like pastries and meat.
So are you headed to the dispatch office in Innerith Hold?
I'll try and find Drydle first.
Okay. So as you go to seek Drydal, hoping to charter a larger vessel to take you coreward to Balance. That's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Ah!
Oh my
Dang. Oh, it is
Late.
a little bit late.
Yeah.
god. Yeah, I fell asleep during some of that.
No way.
No, you did not.